Hear what? I'm receiving some sort of transmission. Routed through the main system. Routing is...
Looking to take a Disney vacation or cruise? Contact Kristen of MagicalJourneysVacations.com. Magical Journeys is an authorized Disney vacation planner. Kristen will get you the best price available and continue to search for deals until the day you travel, taking the worry out of planning your fantastic vacation. Kristen can help plan your dining reservations and answer any questions you may have. She'll even send you maps from the parks. So contact Kristen of Magical Journeys for your next cruise or Disney vacation, and you'll be supporting WDW Tiki Room. Contact Kristen of Magical Journeys at MagicalJourneysVacations.com and mention Sorcerer Radio. So what are you waiting for? Book today at MagicalJourneysVacations.com.
Wow, that sounds great. I want to go. Well, you can't. Why not? Because we have to stay at our posts and keep rebel scum like him out.
Book today at MagicalJourneysVacations.com. Sorcerer Radio, srsounds.com. Leave your show comments, requests, and discussion topics on the new WDW Tiki Room voicemail. Call 850-888-TIKI. That's 850-888-8454. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Facebook at WDW Tiki Room.
You are going to be a force for good and a very important sorcerer.
The following is an original production of the Sorcerer Radio Network.
Are you insane?
A first of its kind event anywhere, ever, and you're invited.
Up and at 'em, pal. Oh, boy, are we glad you're here.
WDW Tiki Room with Kristen and Aljon.
All right, here's the big one.
I love it in the morning.
Okay, is that it? Anything else?
No! Wake up!
Big doings going on, so let's get started. See you real soon.
The show about all things Disney.
We are about to go wild, Disney style.
Most impressive.
Sorcerer Radio, srsounds.com.
Turn it up.
Amigos, Romans, and Disneylanders. Stop walking while I'm squawking. Caramba, we have something really big for you today. It is Disney entertainment at its most exciting, best kind. Get your tickets right over here for Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room. This has been a recording.
Now then for the primary function.
Tiki, 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 tiki down. Tiki, 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 tiki down.
The WDW Tiki Room.
It's that Tiki Room.
The show about all things Disney.
Grab a Disney tune, cue it up, and then we jamming it. Planning it, the timeline is like a fine wine. Sit and let it grow, here we go. This is our time. It's Aljon and Kristen, let's listen. They glisten the airways. Dispensing the music and make you turn into dizzy slaves. Bumping in your seat while you're jamming in your car. Dancing up at work while you're playing that guitar. You bizarre. You wiggling, giggling off the Beverly. You know them lyrics, we write them so cleverly.
Let's put on the show. I am always ready, as you say, to put on the show.
You better start the show rolling.
Sorcerer Radio, all Disney music, all day long, srsounds.com. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I'm Kristen.
And I'm Aljon, and we're back with another great edition of WDW Tiki Room, the show about all things Disney. And I had a great New Year, Kristen. We were hanging out with our friends.
Which is always a good time.
Absolutely. I hope you had a great New Year. And to celebrate, we're going to have a huge show lined up for you today. We're going to be talking to Charisma Carpenter. She's from Buffy. She was also an angel. And she also is going to be on ABC Family's The Lying Game, which is every Monday at 9/8 Central on ABC Family. It's a huge hit show for them, and we're going to be speaking to Charisma. We're going to be talking about her time there on Angel and Buffy, and of course her new role in her new TV show. Very cool indeed. So yeah, that's going to be cool. And then we also have Disney and pop culture stuff. Kristen,
we have news coming up from Marvel, the Disney Parks blog, Disney Channel, and of course, as we've already mentioned, ABC Family.
Yep, so it's a show about all things Disney. Thanks for tuning in. Let's rock into some music right now to get your morning started right here on WDW Tiki Room, the show about all things Disney on Sorcerer Radio. All Disney music all day long, srsounds.com. Welcome back. It's WDW Tiki Room, the show about all things Disney on Sorcerer Radio. And right now we're happy to have on the show our very special guest. You may know her as the character Cordelia in the popular series Buffy the Vampire Slayer and also Angel. She's also starred in Veronica Mars. She plays the role of Anne Rebecca Sewell on ABC Family's The Lying Game that airs Mondays, 9/8 Central. Please welcome Charisma Carpenter. Thanks for joining us today.
Hi there.
So tell us a little bit about your character of Anne Rebecca. What was it about the character that drew you to this role?
You know, I was drawn to the complexity of a character that is not all that she seems, which I'm a little bit familiar with, but not too much, because Cordelia really, from Buffy and Angel, if I were to compare the two characters, was way more upfront. She was like a soothsayer. She just said what was on her mind. You always knew where you stood with things. She'll give you advice when you don't even want to hear it. I think this character, Annie Rebecca Sewell, is not so forthcoming with what she's really thinking, but you know that there are wheels spinning behind her eyes. Like I'm thinking this, but I'm really not going to say it. So, and I think that also happens with age. You know, you filter a little better. So Rebecca definitely has her filters and her radar highly tuned, and she's smarter, wiser, sophisticated. Apparently, she's a little moneyed up. She's lived and survived a lot, especially socially. The way she was treated when she was younger affected her in a way that either you sink or swim, and apparently she swam. And now she's back to these choppy waters to sort of navigate them and see what she can make out of it. I mean, I feel like her intentions are to set things right for herself, mainly, but not in a vindictive revenge way, because then that gets into a whole other show altogether. I think what her intention is really is, like one of her lines recently to Kristen was, between you and me, it is really fun to be back and turning heads. She never turned heads in the past, and she was really mistreated by her peers. So it's nice to come back on top. And it feels good, and I don't think she's really going to be willing to let that go anytime soon.
I understand you really like Twitter, part of the Twitterverse, just like many of us. And what's it like interacting with your fans in that way?
You know, it's a double-edged sword, the social media, because I've gotten in trouble before for either announcing too soon, something that the network or the studio wanted to do and it takes away from. So it is something like, it's okay to tease, but I'm sort of like, well, oh goodness, I said too much and I'm so sorry. I've had to apologize and say, oops, I didn't mean to do that, or to, what is that expression where you steal someone's thunder, so to speak. You don't mean to do that. But it's hard because it's like, these are my fans and I want to give my fans what they want to hear. And that's like, I'm on television, I'm going to be back on the show and I really want you to watch and you're going to have fun doing it and you're going to see a more grown-up, sophisticated version of Cordelia who you are familiar with. And, I think you'll see a lot of similarities between the two, but they're not by any means the same character.
So tell our listeners a little bit about what it's like on set of The Lying Game. How is it, working with the cast and what the chemistry is like between everyone?
It's one of the best sets I've been on. It's probably on par with my experience on Veronica Mars. A lot of young kids with a great deal of pressure and responsibility, just killing it every day. They get it. They're appreciative. There's no diva. There's no attitude. There's no, hang-ups. Everybody, I mean everybody, has a fantastic outlook and, and I think, too, it helps, in this economy, everybody's really appreciative to be working. And it's not lost on them. And it's really a wonderful thing to see such young people taking on such huge responsibilities and jobs and hours and, and just do it with such grace. I really have been impressed. Great deal. And Alexander Chendo, without exception. It's it's a fantastic environment. The chemistry is great. The crew is great. I love working with Adrian. He's crackly. He's like intense. Like he's on fire. Like he's like gonna ignite at any moment. He might, like a Christmas tree, just one little bit of a plant. What is that called? When an accelerant, like one little bit of accelerant, and he's gonna blow up. Like he's just in fuego. He's so alive, and his energy is just, it's impossible to ignore, and every time he'll give you a rhyme, and you might have in your mind a way that the scene would be going, or the way he would say something, but no. And then you'll do the same thing again, and it won't be the same way either. And that, for me, just brings my level of acting up. I think for sure when you see the season, you will see it. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's an amazing work experience for me.
Once again, we're speaking to Charisma Carpenter, who stars in the ABC Family original series, The Lying Game. And you can check it out Mondays at 9/8 Central, of course, on ABC Family. A lot of people love you in Buffy the Vampire Slayer and, of course, Angel. Can you tell us a little bit about the similarities between that role of Cordelia from Buffy versus your character in The Lying Game and Rebecca?
Well, I think they're very spoiled in a way. Like, I don't think she was always spoiled, Rebecca. I think she's sort of come into money, and money changes you. It's sort of like you can feel when people, like, I don't know, there's like an arrogance that comes with it almost. And I think that sort of is similar to Cordelia. Like, there's a sense of entitlement. Like, I've found myself, I've made myself successful, and get out of my way. And I think everything that she approaches is with intention. I think Cordelia was very specific and very intentioned in her behavior and in protective of those people in her vicinity, because she grew to love and trust. But she's a hard nut to crack, Rebecca. We don't really know who she has an affinity for, if anyone. And I think she will tell you the truth. She'll say enough to make a person uncomfortable, which is very Cordelia, but she's not as blatant as Cordelia. I think she just says enough. She's like a garnish on a plate. Cordelia is just a little bit of Cordelia in it, but she's not Cordelia, because she's grown and she's sophisticated. She uses her sex and she uses her, resources in a way that maybe Cordelia didn't always know to use yet.
You mentioned a little bit about fan interaction via Twitter. Have you had any interesting face-to-face or encounters with fans that make for interesting radio story?
Yeah, I have had some fan encounters that were interesting, but most encounters are actually quite pleasant and endearing. But it was a little unsettling when a very sweet young girl actually did pee her pants. You hear about that happening with people like the Beatles or Michael Jackson or something like that. So it's a little unsettling to know that level of excitement or emotional intensity is being caused by you. It's a little unsettling. It's a little odd. I don't know how Justin Bieber deals.
We are now in the new year, and the holidays have just passed. Are there any particular special holiday things that you do or traditions that you do with your family that you can tell us?
Sure. Well, one of my favorite traditions, which is just to my family alone, we have what's called faux Christmas, the week before Christmas, with my dad and my stepmom. Because when you have a large family like I do, and we're all married and all around the country, it's impossible because you're married and it's like, well, it's my spouse's family's house this weekend or this holiday or Thanksgiving or whatever. What we try to do is no matter what, since it won't actually be on that holiday day, we do faux Christmas, which is like right the week before, so we can all get together either at my house, my brother's house, or their house, my dad's house and his wife's house. And then on the actual holiday, then we can go to the appropriate house for that winter, but I don't know. Does that make any sense? Like, we all love each other so much and we want to be together, but we know that we have to split our time. So to keep together every single year, we celebrate Christmas 1 week before. And then we go to, like, I'll go to, to Australia, whatever, to visit a family there. And then my brother's wife's family is here in Tucson, so she'll get to stay with her mom, and then nobody's left out.
Would you be willing to share a New Year's resolution?
I really want to practice not cussing, cursing at all. Definitely with this job, if we get picked up and I have to stay working in Austin, to try to make a bigger effort to be more consistent with my training, working out. What else did I have a New Year's resolution for? I know that I have a lot of New Year's resolutions, more saving, make better choices in that regard, travel, but not, make more time for the family, more time out, just reappropriate my spending, like maybe whatever was important to me in my 20s, like I want to have 3 Fendi bags, or I want a Chloe bag, or whatever the in thing was. Like, okay, let's not buy 3 Fendi bags at $22 at pop. Let's instead, like, sock that away, save it, and then, like, oh, we have a little extra money, why don't we go up to Whistler and have, like, a family ski day, like, or not day, but like 4 days. Just, I want to go to Montana. I want to spend time in Montana. I got plans. I want to brand out, like, sell out. I want to be a sellout. Who says that? But I want to sell out. I want my own perfume line. I want to, like, I have some ideas about, beauty regimen and care and that kind of thing. Those are things that I have a book that I think, should be written. And, I have some stuff to say. I got some stuff on my mind. So, I would like to get started on those things.
Charisma, thank you so much for your time. And before we let you go, are there any other upcoming projects you can talk about? There, I know there's some in the works. I see your IMDb page. So, can you spill the beans on any of that?
Yes, there is something, but I'm not allowed to say, and I won't get in trouble. It will be announced very soon.
Well, I can say that myself and a lot of our listeners are looking forward to checking any of your new projects out. So thank you so much for stopping by Sorcerer Radio today in WDW Tiki Room. And once again, check out Charisma and the rest of the crew that are going to be starring in The Lying Game. And they just recently had the winter premiere. So check it out, The Lying Game on ABC Family. That happens every Monday at 9/8 Central. And for more information and to stream for a limited time some of the episodes for free, you can check out abcfamily.com. Once again, thank you so much for joining us, Charisma.
Yeah, thank you.
DVCrental.com is one of the best kept secrets for getting deluxe Disney accommodations at a substantial savings. You don't have to own at the Disney Vacation Club to stay in one of their deluxe villas. Find out more at www.dvc-rental.com today. Castaway Midday.
Tune in Thursday afternoons at 1 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific to Castaway Midday.
I'm Kristen.
And I'm Natalie, and we'll sweep you away to a tropical paradise.
What's the big idea?
With cruise news you can use.
The Disney Dish.
Disney Island music and more.
Thursdays at 1 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, with an encore Saturdays at 5 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific, in case you didn't get enough of our crazy, zany show.
Ah-ha! He speaks your language.
Part of Sorcerer Radio Midday Magic Hours. srsounds.com.
They have been gone for more than half a year. You have begged for their return. Now your biggest wish is about to become your worst nightmare. Character Breakfast 2.0 is coming.
I need to explain myself.
Whatever.
I'm telling you, dude, laser freaking light show. Hello.
dumb idiot and had it voluptuous.
Ew, that was so gross.
Character Breakfast Podcast 2.0. Subscribe on iTunes and online at srsounds.com. It's the WDW Tiki Room with Kristen and Aljon.
The noise that you two make, it's insane.
Sorcerer Radio, SR.
All Disney music all day long. Sorcerer Radio at srsounds.com. It's WDW Tiki Room, the show about all things Disney. I hope you enjoyed our little conversation with Charisma Carpenter of ABC Family's The Lying Game, where you can check that out online with available episodes for you to see for free at abcfamily.com. You can check out The Lying Game, starring Charisma Carpenter and a score of other folks, great folks there at ABC Family, every Monday night at 8, 9 Central. Now, we are off with more great Disney news from the Disney Parks blog, and Kristen's got the latest because it is New Year's, and we were watching Ryan Seacrest and Dick Clark at the Rockin' Eve celebration talk about this new promotion. What's it all about? One More Disney Day, Kristen.
Okay,
you're the resident travel agent after all.
Well, one of the things is that if you purchase 3 nights in a 3-day Magic Your Way package at one of the Disneyland Resort hotels, it's going to be from February 26th to March 10th. So it's like a really, really small window here.
Very small.
Very, very small.
Like a leap year small.
Like a 2 weeks small.
Hop. It's a hop.
Well, if you book a 3-night, 3-day package, well, then you get 1 more day and 1 more night free. So you're getting 4 nights and 4 days for the price of 3 days and 3 nights.
Only if you book within that window.
Well, you can. Your travel date must start between February 26th and March 10th.
A very, very small window.
And you have to book by January 31st.
Well, that's a good way for them to fill up the rooms during that slow time right before spring break, right?
Oh, right.
Okay, what else is up?
Well, they also did the promotion. The whole One More Disney Day also has to do with the fact that, like you said, it is a leap year. Mm-hmm. So, on February 29th, the Magic Kingdom will be open for 24 hours.
Straight.
So, starting at 6 a.m. on that February 29th.
Right.
Going until 6 a.m. on March 1st, you can be in the park the whole time.
Okay, great.
So it's
Thanks,
great
Disney.
if you're like an annual pass holder and you live in Orlando. Mm-hmm. It's great for those people or those who have already booked their trip or are planning on already being there.
And that's why we're going to have some live reports coming to you, hopefully, from our very own correspondent, Big Bubba Alvarez, old Big Bubba, who's going to be at Disneyland during that time. He's going to be there. And then also the Disney diva, Kristen, will be down there too. At least that's what she told me. She said, hey, you wanted me to call in? I was like, heck yeah, call in.
That's because she's doing the Princess Half Marathon.
That's right. So run and glisten, princesses.
I just can't imagine how busy that park's going to be.
It's going to be insane. I can just imagine. For more details on the One More Disney Day campaign and to book a trip through Kristen there, our official travel agent at Magical Journeys, you can log on to srsounds.com and click on everything you need to know there on our forum. It's, in fact, one of our top headlines right there. Disney travel deal, One More Disney Day and night at the Walt Disney World Resort and at the Disneyland Resort, too. So cool stuff. Now, there is something else on the horizon that's right up your alley in terms of cruises. Kristen, you want to tell us all about it?
Well, for those who have been on the Disney Dream and you've had an inside cabin, you've already seen the little magical portholes they have. And they've been posted online before, talking about that when they first launched the Dream. Well, they've revealed some of the ones for the fantasy that's going to be going on. One of them is going to be Rapunzel from Tangled.
Yay.
She might be swinging by your window.
Dude, that's crazy.
You also have Mr. Potato Head from Toy Story that waves at you.
Nice.
And then they also added Scuttle and Flounder from The Little Mermaid, and they will peek inside your window as they fly by.
That's actually kind of scary.
What? Scuttle flying by with Flounder? I know, he's going to kill Flounder. He's not in the water.
Well, just think, you could be, changing in your room and all of a sudden, hello, you potato chip. You get Mr. Potato Head peeping in. Crazy.
Yeah, but it's not a real person.
The kids, you never know. So anyway, that comes to us from the Disney Parks blog, and that's also going to be posted as news there at Sorcerer Radio at srsounds.com in the boards. Now, I can only imagine that this type of programming could be integrated into the other Disney ships as they get refurbished and put those new portholes in there. That'd be kind of cool.
I don't know.
It's all upgradable. Why, you're not down with the portholes, Kristen?
I don't know. I haven't seen them, so.
They look nice. Now, the other thing that we're talking about is vacationing at Disney's Art of Animation Resort. And we're only now going on at the Art of Animation Resort in the Disney Parks blog. Jennifer Baker posted a cool video about Cars' own Ramon getting prepped up and being put on display, hopefully real soon, over there with Imagineers Ryan Parrish and Bill Haynes explaining about how they transform movie characters into icons that guests will be able to interact with at the resort. Now, how cool would that be? You're staying at the Art of Animation Resort and you get over there and then you can kind of get your picture with Ramon. He might even talk to you kind of like a living character.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, his little eyebrows can move up and down, all kinds of cool things. And of course, Ramon is one of the coolest cars around because he's got that nice paint job with the flames on it. So that's going to be really cool. So check out what's going on for Cars Land. And those Imagineers, Ryan and Bill, are also working on Cars Land coming to Disney's California Adventure, which is going to be popping really soon. Things are feverishly getting set up over there. And I have to say, when we went over there, it was really cool to see that canyon in the background, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Thing's freaking huge.
I can't wait until they have this resort finished.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, they couldn't take us in there when we were there last month because
you
have to wear hard hats, and they were like, we're not doing that.
They're still building. But I think it's really cool. And for those people out there, and a lot of people were looking back at this past year of Disney in 2011 going, well, there wasn't a whole lot that they announced. I'm like, hello, they're working on all the big plans. 2012 is just a little bit of that door opening, and then 2013, it's going to be on. There's going to be so much stuff going on at the resorts and in the parks here in the United States. Another thing that's going on, according to the Disney Parks blog, is the Disneyland Resort annual pass holder stuff that they're going to be releasing. They've got right now a 25th anniversary commemorative t-shirt that's going to be releasing for those Star Tours fans like myself, which will ask you, do you remember where you were January 9th, 1987? Were you one of the first guests on the Star Tours attraction? Well, you could check that out, as they have and will be putting out a 25 years Star Tours anniversary t-shirt. How cool is that, right? So make sure you check out all of that stuff that's going on at Tomorrowland at Disneyland regarding Star Tours and the 25th anniversary at artofdisneyparks.com. Now, the other thing they're also releasing for those Disney pin collectors there, whether you're at Walt Disney World or Disneyland, they have got the annual pass holder 2012 pins that will be released. And I have to say, they look really cool. They've got their Unlock the Magic of Disneyland with some of their iconic rides and attractions, a Haunted Mansion, Pirates of the Caribbean. They've got their the Tower of Terror, as well as the Little Mermaid, and wow,
Mr. Toad's Wild Ride.
Yes, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride in there as well. And these are really cool looking pins for the annual pass holders. And I know that Kristen, even though we don't have annual pass holders at Disneyland Resort, I can just imagine what kind of cool annual pass holder exclusives they're going to have for Walt Disney World Resort this year.
I can't wait. I really like that, the Lost Keys of Disneyland.
I do too.
That looks really cool.
Doesn't it look like something from Kingdom Hearts?
I don't know.
It looks very magical looking. So I'm looking forward to that as well. Once again, for the latest news, what's going on at the Disney Parks blog, you can check them out at disneyparksblog.com. You can also check out the latest news on the Sorcerer community by logging on to srsounds.com and joining for free the Sorcom community, the Sorcerer Radio community at srsounds.com, where all the great news from the Disney Parks and the different arms of the Disney company get posted there regularly. So check it out. We'll be back with more great news from Marvel, the Disney family. Did I say the Disney family? Marvel, the Disney Channel, and ABC family here, and just a little bit right here on Sorcerer Radio and the WDW Tiki Room, the show about all things Disney on srsounds.com.
Hi, it's Jeff Davis here on Sorcerer Radio. Join me every Thursday morning at 8 a.m. for DW60. I'll keep you in the loop with news from the Disney theme parks, happenings in the Walt Disney Company, listener emails, and an extended weather forecast. You can email me with requests, news stories, or comments at DW60@srsounds.com. You can also follow the show on Twitter at DW_60.
It's DW60 with Jeff Davis. Live Thursday morning, 8 a.m. with replays Thursday night at 7 and Sundays at 4 p.m. All times Eastern. Part of Sorcerer Radio Mornings. srsounds.com. All contests on the Sorcerer Radio Network are open to everyone who lives and works in our listening area, except for employees, air staff, web staff, and volunteers of Sorcerer Radio, their families, as well as employees and families of sponsors of both on-air and off-site promotions. Unless otherwise noted, certain additional rules may apply to all contests, and rules are subject to change. You must be at least 12 years of age to win, unless otherwise specified. Winners have no more than 2 weeks to claim their prize, unless otherwise specified. Winners are not eligible to win again for at least 30 days and cannot win the same prize twice. Proper identification is required to claim prizes. Winners are responsible for gratuities related to certain prize packages and any and all applicable state, local, and federal taxes incurred by accepting a prize. By accepting a prize, the winner agrees that their recorded voice or image and name may be used for promotional purposes and not as an endorsement of a product or business to complete the promotion. Good luck, and thank you for listening to Sorcerer Radio, srsounds.com.
Get your tickets right over here for Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room. This has been a recording.
It's the WDW Tiki Room Podcast.
Glad to see you all aboard. Sure, or wherever you are.
With your hosts, Kristen and Aljon.
So it is. And what darling people I have sitting under me.
Hello, Disney fans. I'm Kristen.
And I'm Aljon of the WDW Tiki Room Podcast. On this podcast, we feature highlights from our Tiki Room morning and midday shows that originally aired on Sorcerer Radio.
You can interact with us via Twitter at WDW Tiki Room and email us at trms@srsounds.com. Also, check out our website, wdwtikiroom.info.
Subscribe to the show via iTunes and Blueberry to get Disney news, interviews, trip planning info, and don't forget to give us those 5-star ratings.
And make sure to tune in Fridays at 8 a.m. for the Tiki Room Morning Show under new management, with an encore presentation at 7 p.m. Then at 1 p.m. for the Tiki Room Midday Show, all times Eastern, only on Sorcerer Radio, srsounds.com.
The WDW Tiki Room Podcast with Kristen and Aljon. Thanks for listening. Enjoy.
Pardon the interruption. I have some news which I believe you will find most interesting.
Would you like to hear the latest in Marvel television, film, and comic book news? Are you looking for some suggestions on what to pick up on New Comic Book Day? Well, join Mike every Saturday night at 8 p.m. on Mighty Marvel Geeks here on Sorcerer Radio, your source for all things Marvel.
There is a matter that requires your attention.
Mighty Marvel Geeks. Assemble!
All wrapped up here, sir. Will there be anything else?
This podcast is a joint production of the Sorcerer Radio Network, WDW Tiki Room, and the We Be Geeks Podcast Network. WDW Tiki Room is not affiliated with the Walt Disney Company or its holdings and is intended for entertainment purposes.